All right, so, oh God, when was it? Sometime in winter, and we were sledding, all five of us, plus Ben. He doesn't come out a lot, but he's still there sometimes. But, yeah, so it was dead winter, pretty cold, and we were tired of sledding, so we wanted to head out to the woods?
Yeah,
the woods. And then, once we're there, we also didn't have anything to do, like the cold weather saps your phones, and that's about it. And it was Brian, of course, of all people, who he's sitting on the ground, like just legs open, and he has his sled flipped over, and with back of hands, he's just banging on it. And it must have, I can't remember exactly, it was probably Jonah, just kind of started singing along to it, and then we realized it sounded pretty good. So we started signing out roles. Brian would obviously be the bass percussion. We figured out that Braden, he could do some background vocals, along with Nathan. Jonah, who's helping conducting the thing, he'd also pitch in with some of the vocals. And Ben, he's the one doing the bass. He's the guy, because he could. That's what he said, he could do it for a long time, and it worked. And because my lazy ass hadn't done anything yet, so then Jonah, literally last minute, he just points to me and says, "Griffin, you sing the main lyrics," and I kind of just went with it. So as for the actual lyrics, we started off by singing. It was just Braden and Brian first going Yoon, Yoon, Brian, Yoon, and then eventually I chimed in with that. So then we took about what was it? It took about 2 attempts, yeah. Mm-hmm. So eventually then we get to the main part, the parking lot. He hates thoughts, and that just came to me too. Like it's a coincidence. Parking lot, thought, mom, a lot, like which all describes Brian pretty well. So that stick together. And eventually too, now the Y to the O to the O to the N, a bit of that credit goes to Jonah. It wasn't originally a song, it was just something he would kind of chant, Y to the O to the O to the N. But I guess, give myself credit here, you can't take it all. I was the one who kind of put the beat, like that wasn't part of it, we just came with it, Y to the O to the O to the N. And it all kind of just slapped together, definitely a really good start for the songs.
So Braden, what was your first impression of the song?
It was a good start to our journey when creating music. It was definitely a influential piece of art, I would say, in my own opinion.
Okay, cool. Let's move on to We All Know Where Brian Lives. Okay.
So, We All Know Where Brian Lives it's not the first song we've recorded, but it's the first song we've ever made. We actually created it a while ago when we made the Y.O.O.N trailer.
I mean, I guess it's the first one we recorded, because we recorded it as a video, like not as a song. It was in the Y.O.O.N trailer, and before that it was just something I would say, just like Y to the O to the O to the N.
But once we recorded Y.O.O.N for the first time, we realized we had a small amount of musical talent, so we decided to record one of our oldest songs and make it a proper song.
Yeah, it was right after Y.O.O.N actually, after sledding. And we had the same roles in We All Know Where Brian Lives. And it actually turned out pretty good. It had like a lot of energy.
It was an interesting song for sure.
Would you say you're as pleased with We All Know Where Brian Lives as Y.O.O.N?
Y.O.O.N is definitely a better song.
Yeah, I think Y.O.O.N is better.
But We All Know Where Brian Lives is like nostalgic. It's a classic.
So, pretty nice that you were able to turn like an inside joke into more of a full-fledged song.
Yeah, We All Know Where Brian Lives.
Yeah.
Okay, so Happy Birthday to Y.O.O.N, of course, is another Brian-themed song. Now, a little bit established is that because Y.O.O.N is close to you, we like to sub it in as a pun. Like, I want Y.O.O.N, that's what I like about Y.O.O.N, unisex. But it was around Brian's birthday, and we wanted to make a song, but at this point, this was our kind of dull point where we started kind of slipping down the hill a bit. And so we just literally decided to sing Happy Birthday to You, but sub it out with Y.O.O.N. I did the main lyrics for it. I stuck to the original for that one. Jonah was able to auto-tune it and make it like sound all funky, and we were able to come up with a mediocre result. It's our Yellow Submarine of the album.
So, Single Pickle is definitely my favorite song. I think it sounds the nicest of our first album. It's actually a instrumental version of Y.O.O.N, and we just recorded new lyrics over it. I believe Griffin and Jonah did it just right before recess ended. They just started recording it. It turned out to be a masterpiece. You want to explain what the Single Pickle, what it
Yeah,
is?
so there's a line, Google Goo, Single Pickle, which personally, Google Goo just sounds amazing, of course. I mean, just the overall composition of the entire song just adds like that lyric just adds to the entire song. La di da, like just like the notes, how it progresses up, just is magnificent.
And the song is about V single pickle. It's a product you can buy at Circle K. You can buy just a single pickle, and then our dear friend here, Braden, photoshopped it into V single pickle.
Wasn't the
only
single
one.
pickle removed from the stores recently?
Yes, we do have to advise it has been discontinued. Not
You cannot buy our products anymore, unfortunately.
at Circle K, as long as we know.
Yeah, that's the story behind one of our best songs, in my opinion.
Single pickle.
Okay, so Automatronics. The idea for Automatronics, it started right after we recorded Y.O.O.N. I wanted to take advantage of autotune, and I asked Griffin to make a name. He came up with Automatronics. Could you explain that a little more?
All right, Automatronics. So, as some of you might know, I am a huge TF2 fan, which TF2 has unfortunately been experiencing a bot crisis, and one of the head or more present bot is called Omegatronic. I wanted, because I thought the ear rape it spams in the chat sounded similar to like the song we were making, so I thought that'd be a funny name. Of course, being the jackass that I am, I butchered it, understanding, so that's how we ended up with Automatronics.
Yeah, so the planning for Automatronics, it was actually right near the sledding hill as well. Me, Braden, and Griffin, we were like just outside the forest, and I told Braden to say single pickle, and I think I was saying single pickle in that one as well. Not much going on, just background vocals and lyrics. And then Griffin came up with this masterpiece of a song.
So, some people say that Automatronics is one of the worst songs ever recorded. What do you have to say about that?
It's still good, but it is definitely our lowest point. Yeah, the lyrics, I gotta take some responsibility for that. Again, with a lot of our songs, it's kind of just, we're making this, and then they're like Griffin lyrics. Like, there was quite literally no coordination for the lyrics. I kind of just come up with it based around what Jonah and the others have come up for a beat. Now, with the lyrics, I kind of wanted to stick to the theme of songs about our Brian Y.O.O.N. So but this one I kind of want to make it more about Brian. He doesn't go anywhere. He didn't come out with us that day, so I wanted to make a song go, oh Brian, how come you don't come sledding with us anymore?
That's good.
Yeah.